When I saw this headline, I thought it was a joke, like from an Onion site or something like that. Police, British police call on nation to save a life, surrender your knife, as knife violence continues. And then apparently they got a bunch of idiots to march down the street about how dangerous knives are. And you can see the cops there on the left with the bins that they're going to talk about in this article right there to turn in your dangerous weapons. News out of the United Kingdom almost reads like a satire piece from The Onion, but as strange as it may sound to people around the world, and especially in the US, the British police push to ban knives is no joke. The new Save a Life, Surrender Your Knife program is in full swing, and people are telling us they have joined forces with an already growing trend in the United Kingdom to ban pointy knives. Lancashire police tell us that an amnesty program began at the end of August, and more than 800 knives have been handed in across the country, including swords, machetes, and commando knives. The amnesty was extended for a further week owing to its success. I have a question. What do you need amnesty for if it's not illegal to own them? Amnesty implies, or it means, it doesn't even imply, it means that you can turn it in, give it to us, and you won't, no repercussions, no questions asked kind of thing. And then they even go on to say, the last sentence there, people can continue to hand in any knife at any police station with the front counter, as well as being able to drop them into the designated bins. So the word amnesty is there just to precondition you that this will be illegal one day. You can see it coming down the road. And I mean, False Flag Watch is officially on for a bunch of knife crime in the UK. And then guess what they're going to roll out? We already have these bins, now you have to hand in your knives. Those bins will be in cities all over the UK as this call for people to turn in pointed knives continues. We are keen to raise awareness of the devastating impact of knife crime and to reduce the number of families affected, so we've decided to keep the knife bins indefinitely. While projects encouraging the surrender of knives are not a single solution to violence, they have an important role to play in inspiring communities to get behind education and preventative measures. Such campaigns show a desire to address local concerns, and Lancashire Police is keen to throw our weight behind them in support. We've been delighted with the response so far, but our communities have told us they want an end to knife crime, and that they want to work with us to make that happen. A call from the British Medical Journal was published several years ago, arguing that many assaults are committed impulsively, prompted by alcohol and drugs, and a kitchen knife often makes an all-too-available weapon. Researchers consulted 10 top chefs from around the UK and found such knives have little practical value in the kitchen. None of the chefs felt such knives were essential, since the point of a short blade was just as useful when a sharp end was needed. Well, thank you, chefs. Again, we remind our readers outside of the UK this is not satire, just another example of the government claiming they are here to protect us from ourselves. In the UK, the rate of knife violence is approximately 1 in every 374 people victimized, compared with a rate of 1 in 750 people victimized by gun violence in the United States. Can't really compare that because you can't own a gun in the UK. So criminals are left to use knives, right? Isn't that the thing? Ban the guns first, then ban the knives, then ban the hammers, then shoes, and the whole deal. So this is from the Lancashire Police Facebook page. We've joined forces with a groundbreaking national anti-knife crime campaign, Save a Life, Surrender Your Knife, as the force's knife amnesty comes to an end. Since the amnesty, stop calling it that, began at the end of August, more than 800 knives have been handed in across the country, including swords, machetes, and commando knives. The amnesty was extended for a further week owing to its success. Extended indefinitely. It doesn't matter. It's not illegal. Lancashire officers have now given their backing to a national initiative designed to raise awareness of knife crime and encourage the surrender of dangerous weapons. The British Ironworks Centre, which is coordinating the project, intends to use the collected knives to create a 20-feet-high guardian angel sculpture, in memory of those whose lives have so tragically been lost. It would be much cooler just to make the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. That'd be awesome. And police are looking to keep the bins and extend the number of locations to include job centers, because obviously poor people have knives and are about to kill people. Community centers, see the same thing, and leisure centers. All the places where dangerous criminals go. And as usual, awesome comments down below from real people, as opposed to this government bullshit. To disarm the people is the most effective way to enslave them. George Mason. Knife amnesty. While we are getting our homes, vans, sheds robbed, and have to wait a week for you to collect evidence. This week alone, 6 people robbed and nothing done. I know you're busy, but this is a joke. Turning in your weapons because someone else is committing crimes with weapons is like dieting because your neighbors are fat. Liberty and safety cannot coexist. Therefore, I choose liberty and I will keep my arms. Been carrying a knife daily for the last 4 years, still have all my fingers and haven't stabbed anyone. And when seconds count, the police are only minutes away. Presumably, there will also be 2 lower bins where you can surrender your manhood and your national pride. This is what happens when lazy, apathetic people let the government decide what's best for you. When are societies everywhere going to get the memo? Governments are not in the business to protect people, they are in the business of controlling people. Speak out and say, we will not comply. What do you think of a nation that cannot be trusted with pointy objects? How can you take them seriously? Should ask people to have their hands and feet surgically removed to decrease punching, kicking, and choking violence. What's the wording on the knife bin? Turn your dignity in here? It sounds like something Hitler would say. Surrender your knife and live like sheep among the butchers. So you guys think people who are willing to commit murder will turn in their knives, then no longer be willing to kill? Pure stupidity. You don't need those extinguishers either. That's what fire departments are for. So now you all have to spread your jam and butter with a spoon and chew bits off your steak. Why not just make murder illegal? That's the point. Laws that forbid the carrying of arms disarm only those who have no intent or desire to commit crime. Such laws make things worse for the assaulted and better for the assailant. They serve rather to promote homicide than deter it, as an unarmed man may be attacked with greater confidence than an armed man. Thomas Jefferson, who is my hero. I may be a Brit, well, not me, but this guy, but I know common sense and truth when I see it, and of course it's only the criminals who handed in their knives. Yeah, right. So again, like I said before, we're officially on false flag watch. Bins are out there, they're starting to promote this. As soon as it gets big enough and they have it established in people's minds, a bunch of people are going to be killed with knives. And then, surprisingly, Parliament's going to have all these laws ready to go. You know, a knife with a pointy end, longer than so-and-so centimeters, inches, whatever, have to turn it in. It never ends. These people will never stop controlling us unless we make them stop.